follow-up video on the one I made 3 weeks ago. Basically just, like I said, following me in my daily life of being homeless and overcoming the struggle of being homeless, overcoming addictions, overcoming, a lot of things in life that people might think are hopeless to come back from, but are by no means hopeless at all. So I guess basically today I'm gonna be showing you guys my gym. I think I'm just gonna do it vlog style and just video my daily life every day, just what I do, what I go through. I'm gonna keep it pretty raw and pretty uncut. So far, no script. I'm literally just hitting the YouTube record button. So one take, and that's it for the moment. I would like to find some editing software and get serious about this, because I think it'll be very interesting, not only to go back and watch all these videos after I made it to where I'm trying to get to, but for everybody else who maybe never been in this situation or is curious to know what it's like to be homeless. But with that being said, my situation and my homelessness will not be the same as other people's homelessness, and it's a struggle, and it's definitely a mind game. But I will, throughout this thing, I'll be showing tips and tricks, how to do certain things, how not to look homeless. Like I don't think I look homeless. You know what I mean? I mean, other than my hair, but I would like to get that dreaded. But I guess later on today, I will be taking you guys to the gym and showing you guys my setup there. I pay for a gym membership. It's about $40 a month. I just got that. The last video I did not have that. My phone was actually off the last video as well. Since then, I do have a new phone. New phone. My phone is on, and I pay the $50 plan so I can watch, my Netflix and things of that sort. And so let's, like I said, this is all kind of going to be off the top of the dome. Everything's raw. I'm going to let you guys see, pretty much everything that I'm seeing. And, once again, I'm here in Phoenix, Arizona, and I'm homeless. But, let's see. I think I'm going to start with, my story on this one, how I ended up right here, right now, at this moment in time. But also, just bear with me, too. If you guys are very interested to see, everything, like, I'm going to show you guys everything. Like, right now, where I slept last night, there's currently 2 chicks, shooting dope. I don't know if you guys are interested in seeing, all that raw footage, but I'm down to show it all to you guys. I'm gonna keep it 100 with you guys. I will let you guys know, my struggles and my addictions, and keep you updated on how I'm doing with my struggles and addictions. But besides all that, basically how I came to be homeless here in Phoenix is I was currently in Dallas, Texas, and I'm just gonna be real. Like I said, we're gonna keep it real on here. We're gonna keep it 100, because I don't judge nobody. I hope nobody judges me. And after reaching rock bottom and seeing things that I haven't seen before, experiencing things that I haven't experienced before, I think it has humbled me a lot, and that's why I'm very excited to, overcome this, because I don't really know what the statistics are, but I don't think very many people, overcome the situation, especially when drugs and jail are involved. But yeah, let me tell you how I got here. So basically, I was living in Dallas, Texas. I was living in Dallas, Texas on probation. I was on an interstate compact from Kansas City, Missouri, where I'm originally from, to Dallas, Texas, because my dad said that he was going to help. He said that I could have the condo and that I could use that as my place of residence and, get on my feet. I'll probably talk more about it in the future, but, I wasn't raised by my dad. I didn't grow up with my dad. I don't really know him that well, other than what I've learned from him as an adult these past couple years. Anyways, I get down there, and I'm gonna make this story short because I'm not the best storyteller, and it's I just don't want to ramble on. Like I said, nothing's scripted. This is all live. But so I get down there, and it doesn't work out. It's not what I thought. I don't get the condo like I'm supposed to, so I end up homeless when I get there, and I started selling, weed to pay for my probation and to pay for my phone bill and my child support. And like I said, we're gonna keep it honest on here. At the time, I was not able to pay my child support, and like I said, you're gonna learn everything about me. You're gonna know all my situations. You're gonna know everything that's going on. So please try not to judge me, because I'm molding myself into a better, more responsible person. As all of you watching this, I hope you are trying to do so as well. But yeah, I was selling weed off of Craigslist. It's actually pretty good money, sketchy as fuck, but it was paying enough for me to get a hotel here and there. Pay my phone bill, pay my probation. Actually, right before that, I did get a job at Wendy's as a manager, and I first 2 checks I saved, and I bought a car from my cousin for $500, and I started sleeping out of that car, and then that's when I started selling weed. So yeah, continued doing that, and then the whole time I was trying to get an ID, and I know this sounds crazy, but not being from there. I have my birth certificate and my social, but not being from there and not having a proof of residence, it is very hard to get an ID. And I know, right, like my dad stays in the same state, why can't he use his proof of residency? Well, I don't know. I wish I could have known that, but it took me damn near a year to get my ID. And I got it right before I came to Phoenix. But with that being said, I was already signed up for this temp service called Labor Ready. They now call it People Ready. And it's a lifesaver. Trust me, it's a lifesaver. If you have an ID and a social and everything already, please, no matter what, if you're in a major city, sign up for People Ready. It's an app. It's an app you go, or it's a place you go there and you sign up for a job. But all the jobs pop up on the app, and you work from that. You basically pick the jobs on the app and you show up. You show up, work, and you get paid right after that. You get paid on the same day. I'll do another video on that later on, just to show you guys, how effective and how good that is. But anyways, back to the story. I started working with Labor Ready, was getting some money. I finally got a full-time job with Labor Ready, paying $12 an hour, and doing construction. And my first day there, I got a $1 raise and was able to get a new certificate. And I worked that job for a while. I ended up finding somebody on the job I can rent basically a studio from. Rented that, and was doing good. Was going to work, coming home, doing my thing, getting my house nice and neat, bettering myself. Was only smoking bud, had beat my Xanax addiction, wasn't worried about anything else, just bud and going to work and trying to take care of bills and stuff. And at this time I was able to start paying my child support, with a job. Anyways, that didn't last very long, about six months. I lost my job. I got too comfortable. It was my fault. I stopped going to work because I kind of just did what I wanted. But, there's only so much you can do. There's so much you can do before somebody gets fed up. So I ended up getting fired, lost my job. Then I couldn't pay rent, so I ended up losing my my place. And I then moved in with a friend of mine. And she was real cool about it, but it's not what I want to do. I honestly rather be on the streets than have to live with somebody and ask for help and see them see me go through a struggle. So anyways, I stayed with her for a while and still working People Ready, and started talking to the mother of my child at this time, and we've had issues in the past. That's why we live in separate states or whatever. And like I said, that'll be another conversation as well. I would love to tell you guys all about this. Just try not to make it a long video. I'll touch on all these topics later. But we started talking again, and I always wanted to give my son the life that I didn't have, to raise him with a father, and not just with a father, but with his family. And I basically wanted to, raise him as a family. So I decided that I was going to run from my probation, absconder, and come here to try to make this family work. Try to make this family work so I can be a father to my son, and at the same time be a provider to the woman that I love. We'll just call her that because I think that's all it will ever be, is just a woman that I love. But with that being said, I jumped straight into it, no hesitation. Saved up a little bit of money. Got rid of pretty much all my things that I had, just enough to fit in a suitcase and a bag. Bought my ticket to Phoenix, and came to Phoenix. I was so very, very happy when I got here. I hadn't seen my son in over a year. I hadn't seen, the woman I love and her daughter in over a year. This is my family. I've been with this woman since I was 18. I don't really know anything else. So I was very happy. Like, this is what I live for, or I think I live for, this family. And anyways, I wasn't here very long. We get into it. She's an extreme alcoholic. I'm not gonna sit here and talk bad about her, whatever, or blame relationship problems on whose fault it is or whatever, but it didn't work out. And she ends up kicking me out on the street. Things didn't get physical, but she ends up kicking me out on the street within weeks of being here. And that brings us to a couple weeks ago when I posted my first video. I decided I keep putting myself in this situation to become homeless, and I don't blame anybody but myself. And you can't blame anybody but yourself, because if you do what you're supposed to, you'll get everything that you need, want, and more. But with that being said, I wanted to make these videos to, give tips and tricks to people, to show people what it's like to be homeless, to show people that you don't have to necessarily. Being homeless doesn't necessarily mean that you're a nobody. And I just wanna show that it's there's different ways to do things. It's not what you do, it's how you do it. So with that being said, I'm I'm gonna leave it at that. I have a lot more topics to touch on, but I just wanted to kind of give a base story on, why I'm here, why I'm homeless, and stuff like that. But since the last video, like I said, I'm gonna keep it raw and I'm gonna keep it 100 without getting myself in trouble. But since the last video, once again, we're gonna keep 100. I'm gonna tell everything just so you guys don't feel like I'm perfect because it's just what I show you in the videos. I'm gonna tell you guys everything, and I'm gonna show you as much as I can. I'll tell you guys why I fuck up and how I fucked up. But I got a job within 2 days of being here. But when she kicked me out, I do have a problem with depression, and I'm an introvert by heart, and she's my only true friend. So when I don't have her, then I get in a real deep depression because I don't have nobody to talk to. Long story short, I didn't want to go to work. I didn't want to do anything. I just wanted to, I don't know. I just didn't want to do anything after that because I feel like I failed my family again, and I felt like I felt like a failure basically. But in that meantime, I've lost that job. I've been hustling, and by hustling I mean flipping. Like I said, I'm just gonna come out and say it, flipping drugs. I'm not gonna put a name on it. I'm not gonna tell you guys how I do it, where I do it, what I sell, whatever. But basically, that's how I get around right now. My baby mama did throw away my birth certificate and my social, so I have to come up with those things, and I think that's a very next important step. So those are probably what my next couple of videos are going to be on, is obtaining your social and your birth certificate from nothing. Luckily, I have my ID, but I'm going to show you guys how this is done, basically without an ID, without an address, without anything. And mind you, I'm learning this too while I'm teaching you guys this. So with that being said, this video is way too long. I'm going to get off of here. And like I said, I'm gonna show you guys my day-to-day life of being homeless.